Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and in this video we're going to be covering the Quarry, and this is Master difficulty for this one today. So 1340, and we are up here in the Sunken Isles of the European Dead Zone. So for champions, we are going to be dealing with Cabal in this whole thing, so we got Barrier and Unstoppable. The modifier Scorched Earth, that one I really don't concern myself with. Destination modifier, arc damage coming in, and knockback damage is going to be somewhat increased. Big notice is burn. The burn is void damage. There's not a ton of void damage coming in. There's some, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad because a lot of stuff in the final room is going to be solar, so it isn't actually as bad as it could be. That being said, the only shield that you have to deal with in the whole thing is solar, so you just got to make sure and handle solar. The problem is, it's the boss. So unless you just find a way to completely nuke the boss, which there are some exotics and stuff you can do that with, and if you want to, go ahead, by all means. But you got to have a way to manage solar shields. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this with no exotics. And then if you have something you want to use that's better, by all means, go ahead. First thing, Barrier. You can do Scout or Auto Rifle, completely your option. I'm just going Auto Rifle because it seems to work fairly well for me. Scout's going to be just as good. It's truly your call. Unstoppable. Grenade Launcher is the way to go for me, at least on this one, because it gives you a lot of options. And there's a lot of great things this season for grenade launchers. So make sure you got your ammo finders, because you're going to have special and heavy for this one. You've got your reserves, again, a good option. Your alternate for your chest, you can go grenade launcher reserves and then say solar resistance. The final room's got a lot of solar, so something with solar resistance is not a horrible option. This will still give you a good amount of grenades, and this is actually not a bad way to take a chunk of solar damage off for what's coming in. Scavenger, you got Grenade Launcher Scavenger that's cheap from the artifact. Protective Light is a really good thing to use. Now, you want some way to charge yourself with light, whether it's Empowered Finish, whether it's Shield Break Charge, but if you can get at least one charge with light, two's better. Anytime you take enough damage, once you have at least one charge with light, once you lose your shield, which is kind of like the top 2/3 of your health when you get down to the final third, you're close to death. When that kicks in, this also kicks in and gives you a little bit of extra damage resistance, which can generally help keep you alive. So if you got Protective Light as a mod, use it. If you don't, it's still going to be something you can survive. I ran through this and died like 7 times. Still finished the thing in less than 15 minutes. So this isn't the longest lost sector. You might die a lot. That's okay. Down here, Breach and Clear. Biggest thing, whatever stat mod you want on here is totally fine, but Breach and Clear as you're using grenade launchers, kind of a must. So over here, Barrier Auto Rifle. It's really your call on what you want to use. This is a decent roll I've got. Put Major Spec on everything, though. That's going to give you the bonus against your champions. Down here, we've got Empty Vessel. Now, I did this whole thing and cleared it with my Salvager Salvo. It's arc. Chain Reaction is fun. You could switch to Vorpal if you want to. Demolitionist, Spike Grenades. It's a good roll. I've got an Empty Vessel that has like Thresh, Quick Draw, Spike Grenades. It's fine. It's not amazing. Make sure whatever you are using here, put Major Spec on it. That's important. Gives you more damage against the champions. Never a bad thing. Finally, Void Burn. Make sure your heavy matches the burn. Now, you could use something like Truth. You could use something like Bad Omens. Try and probably keep your heavy to be ranged. If you're going with a sword, I guarantee you it's going to be a risky proposition. It's probably not impossible, and I know somebody's probably done it. But I will say most things in here are going to hurt if you get too close, so killing things at range is probably going to be a bit more advantageous. So I went Grenade Launcher. Now, this is not a fancy grenade launcher. Sure, it's got Spike, so direct hits help. Quick Draw, I've got Elemental Capacitor, so if I run Solar, I've got better reload speed. If I run Arc, it's handling. Not a fancy grenade launcher here. Biggest thing, and nothing's even masterwork, I'm not using an exotic. Your subclass is up to you. If you, like I went through and used Salvager Salvo, I used the Solar subclass to make sure I could break the shield on the boss. The only problem was I had to wait on my grenade, or my melee, or my super to break that shield, because I couldn't kill him in one super, and the grenades and melees don't come up that often, and if you punch him, he's going to punch you back, and you're going to die. So, nice thing is, this is a way to manage breaking the boss's shield continuously, like every time. Without having to throw like 5 or 6 grenades at him just to whittle the shield down. I can break it every time and slowly kill him that way if I really want to. But if I do want to go Void, if I do want to pull out my super, I'm going to do a lot more damage with a Void super than I will a Solar one. So I think that covers the loadout. You guys got the idea. Let's jump in. We'll see how this thing goes. All right, first thing you got right here is a couple Legionaries coming right at you. So go ahead and take those 2 out pretty quick. Try and find them if you can, because you're going to be greeted with an Unstoppable pretty early on. Now that's why I go Unstoppable with Grenade Launcher. Now again, try and conserve your ammo. I know I dumped a lot into him, but if I can get to the point where I can finish him, I'm gonna do it. Now, the next thing is a Barrier Colossus. That guy over there is going to be a bit of a troublesome one. So your goal is to keep him up here and then get him to where he starts not shooting you too directly. So that's why I'm up here. You want to get him to start popping his little barrier shield as quickly as you can. So hit him with something that hits hard enough. Boy, grenade launcher is nice. As soon as you get him maybe halfway, he's going to start popping it. And now you can slowly start whittling this thing down. Say I use a grenade, throw that on him. Just always be ready with your heavy. Or basically your barrier weapon. And as you slowly, continually just kind of whittle back and forth on the damage, throw a grenade up there, watch the grenades they're throwing. And just always be ready. Keep, plinking away at the damage, kind of annoy him a little bit, break his shield again. You can even throw, breach and clear out there, so you got that for your bonus damage. And then always be ready here, always. Because he's just going to keep popping that shield. And if you just kind of annoy him a little bit, he's actually kind of manageable. The best way I can say it. Later on, I'm going to just go full on for the other Barrier Colossus, but right now, because it's not as big of a concern, you can keep most of the ads down below. This is kind of a way to work him down slowly and keep him kind of managed. Annoy him a little bit with your barrier weapon. Put the shield on there. Watch the grenades that get thrown up here. Once he's down, this room gets a lot more manageable. Now you can come over here, start using this cover as you take out some of these ads. You're going to have some dogs, you're going to have some scions, you're going to have some things coming at you. Just be ready for them. As I said, dogs, legionaries, just use this part up here for cover. It's going to make your life easier. Dogs aren't too terrible. Just keep firing. There's some grenades. As I said, the grenade launcher, scavenger, ammo finder, all that stuff. You'll be rolling grenade ammo pretty frequently. So, you can be pretty liberal with your special. I really enjoy my grenade launchers, but I also practiced them a lot when I was getting used to a weapon. So if you're not as good with them, this may not be the way for you. But they're a nice way to put out chunks of damage in pretty quick fashion. And I'm not saying they're perfect by any means. No weapon is. But they do work fairly well in here. In Breach and Clear, you're always going to be getting that bonus damage pretty much straight away. Alright, so once you peek around the corner, you are going to have a Scion right here. Nice way to pop him down. I've got plenty of ammo waiting for me. Nice to see a heavy brick drop, which means I can be somewhat liberal. The more heavy bricks you start to see dropping, the more liberal you can be. Now, if you don't want to die to a giant exploding canister, shoot it so it doesn't kill you, if you're worried. Gonna have our buddy come out. I can pick this one up, because I'll get full use out of it. That's our Barrier Colossus. He's gonna fire his rocket barrage, but you're not gonna do enough damage at first for that. Now, second one, you might start to get that shield to pop up. Now, here's an option. If you got enough heavy ammo and you can just nuke him down, you can almost kill him right here. There you go. So they can go down fairly quickly. Get that breach and clear from your special, and then switch over to your heavy and get the most out of that damage. Try not to use the heavy to initiate the breach and clear. You won't get quite the ammo efficiency that you would otherwise. You come up here, you're going to have a couple ads coming at you. So there's an unstoppable champion coming. If you are out of line of sight of an unstoppable champion, they're not going to chase you. This gladiator may, but if I'm out of line of sight of a champion, he's just going to kind of hang a little bit in the back. Now, if he gets aggressive, basically this is what I mean. I'll show you. If I stagger him, and I go line of sight, he's just going to stand there. I could run away. He's not going to come back out. I'll just show you guys this for an example. He's just going to chill there. He doesn't even know I'm there, and I bet you he's probably turned around. Not even here anymore. This is what I'm talking about. He'll run back, he'll move. And then when you're ready for damage, now you can put some damage in. Again, if you're low on heavy, put a couple shots in and then hide. So depending on where your ammo situation is, just remember, you got to switch over to actually get the unstoppable shot. So if you sit there and wait like this, 3 seconds later, your unstoppable is gone. So just be ready for the switch. And I could even just do this. Sit here and tank away with my primary. Now, I'm not as concerned about finding special ammo. Sometimes I tend to run out, but it's not the end. If he does get close, you can pull out your heavy if you're worried. But always try and finish these guys, especially if you're in an isolated situation where you can use your finisher. Do it. Gets me a little charged with light due to the mod. And then this is where chaos ensues. So when you enter this room, you're going to have 3 scions. Try and kill those fast. On the upper left above on the cliff, you're going to have a Colossus that spawns in its barrier. The goal is to not move beyond the rock that I'm going to show you guys and just kill that champion first. If both of them spawn up there, it's trouble. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Up here, hit him first. You're usually going to get enough damage. And now, your goal with your grenade launcher, big one. Make sure you're ready. Unfortunately, that was terrible use of my ammo. That's what you don't want to do. Unfortunately, I ruined that one pretty bad. Now he's going to pop his shield really fast. Now, if I can stagger him, this is going to be worth it. Be ready. Make sure you're reloaded. Get the shield to pop. And again, this is where the grenade launcher can still do a chunk of damage. Now he's down. Now, I'm not saying that's like the be-all, end-all. Did see some ammo drop, so I'm going to run out here. You're going to get a second one to drop, and you might die trying to get this ammo. And guess what? That is okay. Not the end of the world. Now I'm going to show you what looks like an absolute literal hellhole as you creep up here. Hang out for a sec, and once you peek your head out, things are going to really want to kill you. Now, if you can get to this champion again, same principle will apply. Make sure everything is reloaded, primary, heavy, and otherwise. Same thing with the Barrier Colossus. Get some damage on him. Maybe 2 grenades will kind of shut him down a little bit. Get that shield to break. Then come up here, try and get your angle right. Make sure you kind of hit him in the body. You can even be slow on these shots. Just be ready with your primary. Break it again. If you're low on heavy, you can totally hit him this way. Now, the Barrier Colossus are down. It makes this room more manageable. Not simple by any means, but manageable for sure. Now we got to manage the boss. And again, switch ammo. You might get some stuff to spawn. Use those little exploded crates for a little bit of damage. Looks like I got some heavy ammo over there, so smidge bonus. Now, every so often you can shoot the boss, get some solar damage on him, and you're going to be able to... Now, this is where I'm going to go for the risky maneuver. Okay, that's like a miracle. That many heavy grenades is absolutely nuts. That's crazy. But getting those shots, see that 31k? When I break his shield, I'm able to get a lot of damage on him. It doesn't have to be all at the same time, but every time you break that guy's shields, you're going to get a nice little damage explosion. If he's near the other guys, he's going to explode. You guys know how this works. You'll stun him, you'll stagger him, you'll kind of piss him off a little bit. Now, these guys, if I got the ammo... You can go a little more aggressive with heavy, because I got a lot. Every so often, you're going to die. That's okay, too. This does not have to be a flawless run. If you want a flawless run, this one's going to be a bit spicy, just because the tight quarters in this room right here. Flawless is doable, but man, it would just probably take a lot of practice and just a clean run more than anything. Again, there's the shield break. I want to find the other guys. Now I'm going heavy on the ammo right now, trying to break these few guys. Now here's the point where I can definitely go super. See how much damage I can get in out of these guys? Now you guys saw how fast he died. The main reason things are dying so fast is because I have the unstable essence. And that's a legit thing, but you notice what's sitting over here waiting for me? 2 unstoppable incendiary guys. Now I killed a lot of the other things, so super's not a bad thing. Nova Bomb, once you get that, you know, breach and clear on there, would be kind of magical. But these guys, when you switch over and you can stun them, if you got the ammo, you can go a little crazy with this. And again, use breach and clear. I'm gonna get lit up like crazy. See, this is where the flawless is tough. Now, if you got a Nova Bomb and everything just dies by a void Nova Bomb, Hunter, little less great super there. Titan's okay, but again, nothing is good. The Nova Bomb would just nuke the world. So again, get that breach and clear, get that stun, and again, finish the ones that you can. Because the nice thing is, they basically stagger each other. Finish, and that's a wrap. Now that went fairly smooth, but that's a master lost sector in like 10.5 minutes. That's not bad. And this is not with an exotic. I did use my super. And hey, I got a Curious of the Falling Star and a Platinum. So literally all the things I wanted to see on screen. So let's get back to Orbit and we'll wrap this thing up. But that pretty much wraps up the Quarry. It's manageable. If you die, it's not the end of the world. If you're going for Flawless, you're probably going to need to go in there with like the absolute epic loadout possible. Charge with light all the time. You know, just throwing everything you can at anything that might kill you. Lots of heavy ammo may be needed. So Flawless is going to be a tough one. But the barrier champion in the beginning, not too bad. The Unstoppables are manageable with a lot of grenade launcher ammo. The barriers at the top in the boss room are crucial to take out early. Kill one, you might even have to bail out. Second one gets up there, take him out too. And again, don't go past that first rock. It seems to keep the spawns a bit more reasonable. But yeah, Void Damage is your friend. The super kind of went crazy because it picked up the Unstable Essence from one of the guys that dropped it, the little nightmare guys that drop it. So if you can get that, you're going to go full ham on the boss with your super. So that'd be a nice way to time something like a Nova Bomb to nuke like half the room, or Spectral Blades is still going to do a ton of damage. So whatever your solar or your Void option is for damage can output a lot of damage. Remember, Grenade Launcher's fun. Just have some way to break the boss's shields, and your heavy, make it Void. You'll get the most out of it. Any exotic that you've got here, obviously, use it to your advantage. It's going to be beneficial to you. Other than that, that hopefully wraps it up. If you guys did find this video helpful, please drop a like below. If you've got other loadouts for other classes, weapons, exotics that you like using, please post that in the comments. Always love to see the loadouts from you guys. If you're new to the channel and you did enjoy the video, and you want to see other stuff from me, please hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. That'll keep my content coming to you guys when I post new videos. I'll be working on these lost sectors pretty consistently for a while. Also hit that alert bell, helps the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to find me over on Twitter, it's a whole bunch of random stuff out there. And then on Twitch, I usually stream Destiny on Tuesdays, and then a variety of other things on other days. So thank you guys very much. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.